Thank you very much. Thank you. Hi everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Christian, founder and CEO of Necture. And I think a lot of you are here to discuss a transition that is called the energy transition, right? That's like the epicenter of what people are talking about right now. But let's not forget, this is not the only ecosystem that's in a transition right now. And there is one that's actually neighboring the energy ecosystem. And we're kind of in the middle between mobility and energy. So mobility is also in a massive transition right now. What are the key drivers for this transition? Number one, no surprise, electrification. And I think by now, everyone in this room and beyond realize this is not a question of whether it's going to happen, but when it's going to happen. The second key driver is the shift of paradigm away from ownership-driven models towards usership-driven models. So I pay for using a vehicle or a mobility service instead of owning necessarily the asset. And number three, key driver, who of you have been in West Coast, US, and used the Waymo service, knows what I'm talking about. Autonomous vehicles and autonomous systems are going to change the way we are consuming mobilities in cities in the next 10, 20 years, quite radically. But what does that mean? All companies in that sphere of mobility, they find it really, really hard to compete. They find it really, really hard to adopt those new trends without having massive problems on the cost side. So to stay competitive, for them, it's imperative to leverage digitalization, to leverage the power of data, and to leverage the power of algorithms to create efficiency and a cost level that keeps them competitive. What we're doing here as Necture is that we turn data not into insights only. Typically, this is where companies stop. We take data and transform it into actions. Because we empower profitability and we empower growth for our mobility clients by technology-enabled services. So what does it mean at the end of the day? Just let me give you some examples. What we're doing right now for 15,000 vehicles out there across Europe and the Americas. Service number one is rebalancing. And rebalancing optimizes the supply of vehicles towards the demand side. And that massively improves the profitability. Last year alone, we created a volume of 6 million euros of additional profitability for our clients with that kind of service. With the advent of EVs and the increased share of EVs within fleets, we also started to take care of running and managing the charging cycle, including the execution. Airport service is something that addresses the fact that airports are becoming significant mobility hubs within a metropolitan ecosystem of mobility. And the imbalance of vehicles available at airports is something that also requires management. And last but not least, this is something that's in beta and a little bit in stealth mode, is our engagement with autonomous fleets in the United States. They are looking for creating the highest level of efficiency for the existing charging infrastructure investment. So which vehicle will be charged for how long and to what state increases the state of charge for the entire fleet and increases the monetization value for the entire fleet. The opportunity and the market that we're in is an intersection of, let's say, big market bubbles. On the one hand side, everything that's electrification of mobility, autonomous mobility, but also the shared ownership-driven mobility. How we generate value is a combination of our technology, and that's our own platform that does all the predictions based on thousands of different data sources in connection to our own crowd-based execution service. And that enables us to create real-world physical interventions. So someone bring a vehicle to a charging station, filling it up, and bringing it to where a user needs it. And we do this thousands of times each and every day. So again, we don't just provide insights based on data, we create action based on data. We already do this for 15,000 vehicles. 5,000 of them are EVs across 20 cities in Europe as well as the Americas. And the next markets we're targeting are the Middle East as well as specific Asian markets. Last year, we've been doing 3.5 million euros of revenue with roughly 50% gross margin. And yes, we are on the path to profitability. So in a year from now, you're going to take a look at a company that has a fully profitable core business. And we believe this is quite outstanding in this industry. Our aspiration is to become the category leader on a global scale for operational efficiency for mobility. The level of efficiency that we're able to leverage based on data is incredible. And this is what we need to enable the energy transition from a mobility perspective. We perceive ourselves as a European company, 30 people spread all across Europe. Our main office is in Vienna, Austria. And we're very well anchored in the energy ecosystem with two key investors. One is Energy 360 Zurich, as well as Verbund in Austria. And that kind of conglomerate is flanked by financial investor Speed Invest, which it makes it a great combination. We're not here to fundraise. This might be the exception. We're very well funded with our Series A that we completed, but the next raise will come end of next year with our Series B. But I think now is the perfect time to start a conversation, to get to know us, and to be able to follow our path towards success. Thanks very much. Looking forward to those conversations.